Hello and welcome to another episode of Allen Codes. We're working on World War II Armored Warfare, Chapter 4, because that's where we left off last time. I did a little bit of coding in between now and then because I got into it and then realized I was really getting into it. So we have 4 different selections from when Ray Meyer, our erstwhile tender of the Crossroads, he overlooks it, and choices I'll park where I want. It's a free country, he says as he wanders over, not ours. I'm Ray, Sergeant, in charge of the damn Crossroads while it lasts. I like that line because, well, it says it all. He's rather informal. He knows he's in the army. He's in charge of the Crossroads, and he doesn't understand that being in Algeria, or is it Tunisia at this point? I think it's Algeria. That's not really a free country. So I've got 4 different answers through here, net 4, because those tend to be there. You can be salty, you can be, inquisitive. You can get right to the subject of, well, are you from Jersey? And in this case, he's like, well. They don't know how to talk. They have an accent. Yeah, anyway, I really should have walked you through all this, but things happened. All right, so just nod. That is my way. I'm doing a little bit of Chrome for those who don't like to talk in verbosity. If their verbosity is low enough, that is their way. The important thing there is I'm Ray, Sergeant of the Crossroads. While it lasts. Okay, so there's that. But anyway, I do a little bit for that. If they've chosen not to say anything for quite some time and lower their verbosity like that, I want to give them a little something. I did this also for Tinstar. Has a bit of that, where if you don't talk a lot, then you get a lot of staring and glaring and other non-verbal cues for things. You can also do it for non-violence. There's somebody who actually did a non-violent run of Tinstar, which impressed me. Only after I had to fire their gun once, and presumably not at a person. So, here we go. Anyway, regular verbosity, you just get... I'm not sure you get a... All right, so then we move on to the crate under his arm. Gives a soft cluck. Chicken pokes its beak out. He takes off his hat and shoves in the gap. Pokes it through a gap. Never mind that. See there. Okay, now I can do a callback here to something in the early chapters. Startup. And I like doing these because they're fun. You meet a character in chapter 2. There we go. We get a good Abdallah quote. All right, we're going to copy that over. Nice chicken. Good eggs. If Abdallah quote equal the first rule about sewing is to have eggs. Yeah. Yeah, good rule. Sergeant Ray. We're also doing yeah, good rule. And this is a way to, I think I'm going to want a temporary set Sergeant Ray opinion equal positive. Simple enough. Now, would you ever not want him to be positive? And the answer is I'm going to put a downside to being chummy with him. If you are negative with him, he is more likely to give you a good deal just to get you out of his hair. I'm not going to tell the player this, because they're going to have to figure it out on their own. But if you're close to him, he figures that you're more of a mark than before. So, am I penalizing the player for bringing something up that was in round 2? Kind of, sort of. Only if they press him. All right. The first rule is to have eggs. Yeah, good rule. Also, the buyers try the merchandise. All right. And I'm going to not do that because so what's your poison? Dice, cards, got something you need? We've got tents. All that. All right. Nice chicken. Good eggs. Good eggs. Better than powdered. Things. Anyway. Things we do for the army. Okay. Good enough. Good enough. Okay. Now I'm going to use half eggs. And there's no regulation. Chickens. Is there? There's no regulation, is there? Not I know of. Fine. The grid. None I know of. Sergeant Ray replies with a grin. I'm going to keep it that way. Ignorance is bliss. Alright, so last one, you just know. The chicken to lay eggs. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. Okay. All right. Now I need. That's the fun one. That's a little bit of chrome. Nice chicken. Good eggs. Tell me about the Crossroads. No, I'm going to do a let him talk. Now, you might notice that the chicken may or may not lay eggs, or up here he says basically they will. It doesn't matter either way. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Maybe he's just hopeful. All right, so lastly, we can let him talk. Look around for a place to so just so you know. Good. Right, it says. Lots to do. Better than cleaning your. Better than cleaning. Think. Unless you're real tired. All right. All the best places are taken. First come. Speaking of which, all right, I think that's still okay. Looks like I'll have to put that in here. What's your poison? Not enough shop talk. Not enough shop talk. You got interests. other things. Even when I ask about them. I don't know about other things even when I ask about them. Yeah. Good. I'll have to wait and see. Speaking of which, you got interests? Got a good setup. It's all one word. What's tense there? Something. Interests. You got interests? All right. All I want. Park this tank. Well, it should be. Now, a should-be is, I'm not going to get into it. It's a bit of slang from New Jersey, and one of the few New Jersey slang words that I know. So, anywhere is good. Anywhere is good. But if you, that's out here. Okay, we'll go to 5 at this point. Dice, cards. Now we're going to use the disable reuse command up here. Dice, cards. No, actually I don't. Disable reuse. Dice, cards. You might have noticed how rather than disrupt my thing with cutting and pasting, I wrote that all out. My typing is good enough that I can do that and feel like I get away with it. Also, it lets my brain process what I've been working on. Dice, cards. Yeah. Here. Yeah, both kinds. But really, well enough. Get a track. Start racing ponies. All right, set variable a equal to 1. Now you maybe this is our out. This is one of our outs that will take us out of the scene. If you want to stick around and ask more questions, you can do that. Because this will take you. Oh, that's a bad one. Yeah, I screwed that up. Okay, that fixes that. Dice cards. If variable a equals 1, a racetrack. Out here? Why not? What else? Gonna spend our script on. Alright, do that. Make it seem like a real conversation. That's the trick of it, is trying to make it seem like a real conversation. Or real enough. I thought... Is it good here? And the answer which we get is absolutely. At least the locals think so. They're the ones with the chickens. Now it's truly the U.S. issued invasion script for going ashore. It was pegged at a something of a rate equivalent to the French franc, and the locals did trade for it. I mean, that'll go away eventually, but right now we're in the midst of the invasion, and it is acceptable legal tender. So we'll go, what about dollars? What about dollars? Well, actual dollars. Or francs. Even better. Hell, you had... Good, count yourself. Yourself a king. Gotta tell you, kind of time. All right, so that's what's the trade? Lots of stuff. 30 cents. French stuff. French stuff mainly. Wine, cheese, you know, stuff. And here we'll set variable B. You'll see how I'm using these basically to create, they're very temporary variables. You really shouldn't carry them over to anything other than the scene. And I may have to do this because variable A equals 2. Then you've asked about the types of gambling or the type of script there. I may carry it over a little bit. I'd rather not lock it out, but you know, and to be honest, I will do so. Asked about invasion script. 1. Okie dokie. That's a variable, that's another temp variable, that's a specific variable, so I don't get confused and understand what variable A is somewhere else. I've screwed myself over so many times on that. Just the way of it. Just the way of it. Okay, so here we go. If variable B just food. There's also a few rifles. Once. And some medical stuff. And some medical stuff too. Maybe some radio parts that fell off a truck. Just fell off a truck. Now you may be asking yourself, could I have put this and touched upon directness or indirectness? And I probably should. Just fell off a truck. Radio just... That explained why it was in pieces. You know how things are. All right, and lastly, we bring to the Jersey question. Isn't it ironic that disable, reuse, funny, in place, guy from Jersey. Being from Jersey. Right, it says. All the others. They were in the running. From Jersey. But apparently, being from Jersey, means that connotations. Here I am, in charge, sort of. Will be a variable C for this one. Now, I could also rub this up so that you can go back and forth between different subjects more easily, but I'm not going to do that. That's a lot of work. Variable C equals 1. Only sort of in charge, much as anyone is. Sergeant Bray says. It's a shrug. I mean, it's not a job you most want. lots of risk. He's only a little upside. Army, me out, if they knew. The army could put me out if they knew. Only thing I've got going for me, the fact that this is going to happen. Tents always be here. No officer wants to get involved. Alright, the officer's turn to blind eye. The officers look the other way. And they take their cut. Anyway, it's a little way. Just like back home. Alright, and that takes us to 3. Alright. If verbose greater than 50, see you around. See you around, sir. See you around, right? See you around. See you around then. Toodles. Yeah. Till then, I need a, I'm going to put a comment in there. Need a jersey goodbye. Walks off. Crate. And chicken underarm. Alright. If okay, see you around then. Yeah, till then. See you around. Alright, he walks off, blah, 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 blah. Alright, and, well, for my time now. Okay, there we go. That was Sergeant Ray. And an outline of a conversation with Sergeant Ray. And now we go to first choice. Gambling, trading, gossiping, or maintenance. Crew will still do maintenance. Gone, but worse. If your sergeant isn't riding you, then things don't get done as efficiently. They're good men, but they do get distracted. Men. I'm going to need a set at the Crossroads. Equal dice, cards, tank, trading. Those are the 4 locations. Okay, good enough, good enough. So they're going to get 2 of those, and then we'll have a final wrap up with a bit of tank maintenance. This will be intersected by a officer coming by, and that's where we're going to go from here. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this. This has been Alan Code's World War II Armored Warfare Chapter 4. We'll pick up on this and keep going. Hopefully, I'll have the energy to keep going. Well, that's the problem with things, is often you will get distracted. And other tasks that come up, specifically other writing tasks that require different thinking time. But that's it's a good problem to have if you're a writer, because that means you're working. All right, but stay safe and take care out there, all right? Thanks.